Hey friends, are you ready to make some oobleck with me? I love playing with oobleck. It is so much fun and it's so sticky nicky. So let's talk about some of the things you're going to need to make your oobleck. First, we're going to need a big bowl. And then we're going to need some cornstarch. This is the cornstarch I have in my house. Whatever cornstarch you have in your house, it's great. Just ask mom and dad to help you find it. And you're going to need some water and the colorings that you're going to use to make your oobleck have color. I'm going to use pink and blue for mine. Then I have a small cup for mixing. You can use measuring spoons, you can use measuring cups, whatever you have at home to play with and manipulate with your oobleck. I have a spoon and I have a container, an empty container, a recycled container that I'm going to use to do a really cool experiment with my oobleck later. You do not need this unless you want to do what I'm doing. I'll show you that later. All right, let's get ready to make this oobleck. All right, boys and girls, now we have our materials all set out. Let's get started. So for our oobleck, I'm going to start with my cornstarch. Now this is where you're going to use your measuring cups, your spoons to scoop it in. Honestly, when I make oobleck, I just go with it. I don't use any kind of measurements. I just put it in there. Oop, my cornstarch decided to explode. So I'm going to put in, I don't know, that much. And then we're going to mix in our water. So I'm just going to pour some water in a little bit at a time. This is where it's important to not use too much water. But if you do use too much water, it's okay because we'll just add more cornstarch to it. You're going to start to mix it up. You're going to know that's really hard to mix because the water is making that cornstarch stick together. So if that's happening and it looks really dry and you can chop it up like I'm doing, it's time to add more water. Now what's super special is about oobleck is it's kind of confused. It doesn't know if it wants to be a wet, watery liquid or a hard solid like a rubber ball that can bounce. And that is because this is a non-Newtonian liquid. What does that mean? That means it doesn't behave like a normal liquid. It doesn't act like water. It changes. It changes between being a liquid and a solid. So we call it non-Newtonian. And it is also a suspension. All right, my oobleck looks pretty good right now. It's sticking to itself, but I can move it away from the bowl like a solid, but it's not super runny wet like water. There's no water left in the bowl. It's all stuck together to my cornstarch. All right, what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna scoop out a little bit of this. I'm gonna cut it in half because I actually wanna make two colors. I'm gonna keep it moving because I don't want it to I'm gonna put it on my lid right here. So I'm gonna color my little bit of oobleck that I have in here right now. I'm gonna start with my pink. I'm gonna put a couple of dots in like that. Now if you're making one color, it'd be so much easier to, if I added my, actually I might add a little more water to this. It's a little too solid. But like I said, if too much water and it's too runny and wet, just add more cornstarch. I am including a recipe in the files within this video link so that you can get for people who like a more accurate recipe to follow, there will be measurements. Oh, look at that pink. That is an awesome pink color. And I'm scraping. Now, I don't have to use my spoon to mix this. It's actually kind of hard to use my spoon to mix this. I'm going to go dig in right with my fingers, boys and girls. And I encourage you to do this too. Because the best part about oobleck is it does this. Ready, watch. Look at that. Oh, it feels like water. But when I touch it, it feels rubbery, like a rubber bouncy ball. That is crazy. All right. This actually feels perfect. This is exactly what I want it to feel like. This is exactly how I want it to behave. I want it to be runny. All right, now I'm gonna make my blue Oobleck, and we're going to try and experiment. Get ready. All right, so here's the white one that I put to the side. I'm going to put a little bit of blue in my water right now. Like that. Give it a little swirly, swirly, swirly. This way it'd be easier to mix the color. I'm just going to put a little bit back into here because it was a little too dry for what I wanted to do. Of course, my fingers are pink, so it's already doing my experiment. Let's get a little blue in there. Mix it up, mix it up. All right. That's good enough, because you know what? It's going to do what I want to do anyway inside my bowl. So, I put some holes in the bottom of my container, just like that. With the scissor, I poke them. You can have mommy and daddy do that. I'm going to put my Oobleck into here, and I want to see what happens. When it gets into that container. Get it all in there. This would be much easier with the helper. All right, get in there, Mr. Oobleck. It moves very, very slow. All right. So now my Oobleck is in my container with the holes, and I can see that it's dripping out the bottom. Look at that. Into my pink. And when I mix it all together in here, I wonder if I'm going to make a new color. Let's see. Mixing, mixing, mixing. Oh, wow, I can see it already. Do you see it purple? It's changing to purple. Wow, that was so much fun. I can play with this Oobleck all day long. Look at it go. Oh, is it wet? Is it dry? Is it a liquid? Is it a solid? I don't know. It doesn't know what it wants to be either. Oh, fun fact, Oobleck gets its name, Oobleck, from the Dr. Seuss book, Bartholomew and the Oobleck. So if you really like Oobleck, you should check out that book. And if you make Oobleck at home, I'd love to see some pictures. Oh, so fun. Let's see with my slotted spoon if it goes through the holes. Oh, look at that. So satisfying. All right, boys and girls, have fun. Happy science.